Hi everyone, my name is Elizabeth, this is Frizzy Lizzie Stitches, and this is Flosstube number 67. Hi everyone, today is October the 25th, 2024, and I'm back again with another Flosstube update. It's been about 3 weeks, I believe, since my last video, and I've done lots of stitching. I went to color and cotton, so I have a haul to show, and I'm trying a new filming situation. I did get a new phone. I previously had an iPhone 10 that I had for like 6 years. And so I treated myself and got the new iPhone 16. So I'm actually filming, obviously with my new phone, but I'm trying to film with the exterior camera rather than the front-facing camera like I normally do, because I really just want the quality of the video to be better, and I feel like every time I try to get up close, the front-facing camera just doesn't have the detail capability to show what I would like to show you. So hopefully this works out. It is a little interesting for me because I'm used to obviously using the front-facing camera, see what I'm actually filming, whereas filming with the exterior camera, I'm kind of having to jerry-rig my way to make it work for me. So anyway, I have a mirror that I have put on my ring light. The ring light's not on, it's really just a mirror stand at this point. But if you see me like kind of go to the side like this, it's just because I'm checking to see if what I'm showing you is in the frame. So anyway, with that aside, I think I am ready to kind of get into this video. So I did have a ton of projects that I touched in the last 3 weeks. I've got 7 projects to show you. And then on top of that, like I said, I went to color and cotton, so I have a decent amount of haul to show. And because this will be my last video before Halloween, I kind of wanted to show some spooky stitching that I have stitched in the past or that I am currently working on. So without further ado, let's just jump right in to some Halloween projects. Alright, so the first one that I have here in my lap that I want to show you is Frankenscat by Lindy Stitches. And I finished this, I believe, in January this year, and then I framed it shortly thereafter. Let me see if I can remember all the details. I think it's 32 count linen from Fiber on a Whim called Lipstick. And it is an older dye lot. I believe Lipstick now is more like red. But it was a perfect kind of substitute for the called for, which is a color and cotton fabric that I just didn't make an effort to find. But anyway, I did stitch it with all the called for DMC, and it looks so cute. I added my initials and the year in the corner here. But yeah, there's a little Frankenscat, and he usually is, oh, you can't see it because the camera's a lot lower, but normally he lives right there where you see those command strips on the wall. So I will have to, you know, put him back after this, but there's Frankenscat. And then another fun spooky finish that I have to show. This is actually pretty dusty on the top. I did take care of that. Another one I wanted to show is called Reaping Love by Silvercreek Samplers. And this was one that I stitched. I finished it in 2022. I put the date right there. And I did put my maiden name initials and then my husband, fiance at the time. And I believe I might have finished this like a year before we were going to get married, I think is actually when I finished this. But I did like a flat fold, and I just used this like black and gray swirly fabric that I found at Joann. And the fabric is, I believe, a 32 count Fortnite Fabrics called Cozy Cave, and I stitched with all the called for floss. So most of it's DMC, but there are 2 weeks dye works, which is his robes and the grass. But I love this. It's so fun. I was inspired to stitch this by my friend Elizabeth from Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch, which oddly enough, her husband his name is also Robert. So that just makes me laugh. But anyway, so technically hers also says RB because that is her husband's initials too. But anyway, so there's another spooky finish. And I have two more I'd like to show you. I kind of just threw all the stuff that I need to talk about in a pile, and it's not in any sort of order, so we're gonna have a lot of fun today. So this Halloween project is one that is still a whip, and I actually had plans to work on it this month, but I just haven't gotten to do it yet, so hopefully that will happen this weekend. But this is Halloween Quaker by Lila Studio, and this is what my project looks like. I am stitching it with all the called for materials, 40 count Picture This Plus Murky, and all the called for Classic Colorworks. And I started this, I think, in like 2021. And I'm about a third of the way done with this project. I would really like to put in 1,000 stitches before Halloween, just to make some progress on it this year, because I have not touched this project at all in 2024. But I do love this so much. It's beautiful. I think my stitches look great. I love how this moon is popping on this fabric. And I can't wait to stitch on this. I think when I pull it out, I'm going to try to finish up this witch. And then maybe it's either a toss-up between if I want to work on whatever motif is up here or if I want to continue working on the words. So we will see what my mood determines, but this is what my Halloween Quaker is looking like. And last but not least for spooky cross-stitch projects, this is a previous finish from 2022, and this would have been, I don't actually know when. I think I might have finished it in October of 2022, but this is Caterpillar cross-stitch, and it's called Touch of Magic, and it's just like a typography sampler of a bunch of different spooky things. And I stitched this with all the called for materials. I did have the kit provided to me by Caterpillar Cross Stitch, and I think it's so precious. I really want to finish this into a wall hanging. I've been meaning to do that for the past couple of years, and it just has not happened. But I will go ahead and show it now. I found this really cute little fat quarter bundle at Joann, and I think some of the fabric in here, like honestly, this one would look really cute. Let me see if I can show this next to it. I feel like one or more of these fabrics, hold please. I think one or more of these fabrics would look really cute as a backing fabric for this as a wall hanging. But I would need to get a dowel rod and like some sort of string or ribbon to hang it by. But like, look, there's some like little ghosts in there. Some just stripes, this little checkerboard pattern. Of course, these pumpkins are really cute. And then there's like an pink and orange one on the front. So anyway, super cute. And I kind of bought this with the intention that I could use it for finishing this project. So I doubt this will happen this year, but maybe next year I will have it finished so that I can actually hang it up and look at it and it won't be like tucked away in my project roll. Okay, so that's all the Halloween spooky stuff that I wanted to share. Let's go ahead and move into what I've been working on. And this is going to really be in no particular order because, like I said, I just kind of threw all my stuff on the floor. So we're just going to go with what I can find first, and we're going to have fun while doing it. Okay, first up is Tentmaker Smalls by Carolyn Manning. I started this in May for Manning May, and which is a stitch along that is hosted by, let's see, Bridget, the Museum Stitcher, Cam the Stitcher, Marjorie Maid, and Megan, the Seattle Stitcher. So anyway, I decided to join in this year, but I really wanted to do a small one. So this is called Tentmaker Smalls, and this is the February one. This is what it's going to look like. And then this is what it would have looked like last time I showed you. And then this is what mine looks like now. So I have split up all the stitching so that I can finish this by the end of the year. And I'm actually on track to finish this next month, which is really exciting. So I think pretty much this whole entire half over here is done. Well, I haven't done the little whatever heart thing that's right there, but I'm 75% complete with this. So, and I'm stitching it on 18 count fiber on a whim Ada in the color happens. And I'm using DMC that I converted to look more like the cover photo, because the called for DMC didn't quite look like the cover photo mock-up. So I just took some creative liberty and switched it up, because I picked this one because I loved the colors, because it kind of reminds me of like strawberries or cherries or something like that. And when you actually pull the DMC for this project, it's more like autumny and like wine colors, which is also pretty. It was just not what I had intended when I purchased the pattern. So, but yeah, that's what that one is looking like. I believe I stitched probably like 1,400 stitches on that. Oh, no, not quite. 1,032 since the last video. The next project that I have here to show you is Reflections of New Orleans by Ink Circles, and it's going to look like this. And then this is what it would have looked like last time I showed you. And this is what it looks like now. So I think I'm like 70% done with this one. I'm also on track to finish this next month. I do still have like, I don't know, like 800 something stitches left to stitch on it in October. So that I'll be ready for my November goal stitching. But it's coming along great. It's on 36 count Fiberlicious Yummy Fibers linen in the color I Lilac You a Lot. And the floss that I'm using is Dinky Dye Silk in the color Aussie Gold. And it is beautiful. I am stitching it with 2 strands over 2 linen threads. And like last night, I think I finished out the whole center piece with the little jester hats. So that's fun. And then I have 3 full corners done. So yeah, it's looking great. I'm really glad that I had split this up the way I did, because I haven't gotten bored of stitching it quite yet, which is good. So hopefully that continues on while when November rolls around and I got to put in the final, 1,400 stitches. But since the last video, I've put in 645 stitches on this project. Next up is Positivity Lifts by Caterpillar Cross Stitch. And this is yet another goal stitching project to finish by the end of the year. This is what it's going to look like. I did alter the pattern so that it would finish into a circle shape rather than a hot air balloon shape, so I will show that mock up here. And then this is what it looked like in my last video, and this is what mine looks like now. So I did, let's see, 1,400 stitches between then and now. So I finished out, I think I finished out the word imagine, and then did love and calm, and then I basically set those up so that I can just fill it in. I started a little bit of fill in on the word calm, but love doesn't really have any fill in done. So anyway, that'll be good for when I'm just, too tired to actually pay attention to a chart, or, whatever the case may be. But it's nice to have some fill-in prepped for whenever you need it. I might actually just leave it like that, and continue working down here and save the fill-in for, like when I'm playing D&D, or if I just had a tired day and I don't want to have don't want to use a lot of brain power. But this is the same fabric as the, Tentmaker Smalls. It's also 18 count fiber on a whim Ada, called Color Happens, which is like a soft green color. I don't really know how well you can see that, but it is very nice, because it's basically acting as white, but you can still, like, the white shows up pretty good on there for the most part. I know it's kind of hard to read the word love, but it is going to be outlined by all that green that I haven't filled in yet. So anyway, that is what Positivity Lifts is looking like. That one should be able, if I keep up with my goal, then I should finish it in December. All right, let's do this one next. This is I'm Just Ken. This is a design by me. I designed this last summer after the Barbie movie came out, and I started it, but then I ended up restarting it earlier this year. So I am also trying to get this one done this year. It should be done in December, but I have worked on it, let's see, 555 stitches since the last video. This is what it's gonna look like. And this is what it would have looked like last time I showed it to you. And then this is what it looks like now. So I've mainly filled in the surfboard and then done a lot more stripes on his shirt. There's like a weird shadow. I'm not quite, it's probably coming from my phone or the stand, but anyway. Yeah, so I was actually working on it this morning, so I was starting to fill in his skin on his chest, and then I had to go get my flu shot and my COVID shot, so I haven't picked this back up today, but this is kind of what I want to focus on next, because I think I might have like another 500 something stitches to meet my goal for this month, so I'm trying to knock that out so I can hopefully work on Halloween Quaker this weekend. That's how that's looking. This fabric is 32 count Lugana from Picture This Plus called Mercedes. And I think that's about it. Just stitching with DMC 2/2. All right, I also worked on Greenhouse of Oddities. I hadn't worked on this one in a while. I was gonna try to finish this year, but then I realized that there's just way too much stitching for me to pull that off. So I settled for getting it to 50%. And then if I have time at the end of the year, then I will work on it some more. But I'm hoping that I can maybe finish it during the first quarter of next year. But this is what it is supposed to look like. This is what it looked like last time I showed you. And this is what it looks like now. I think I pretty much filled in the corpse flower in the center and then stitched on the lady painting the flower and the butterflies. And I think I did that tree trunk on the left side of the piece. It is a little bit difficult for me to just make sure that all of this is in the shot, but anyway, I think that covers it. So this fabric is 36 count linen, fox and rabbit called oyster shell. And I'm stitching it with 2 strands of floss over 2 linen threads. I'm definitely a 2/2 on 36 girly. Although I do have one project that is 1 strand on 36, which I haven't really gotten to work on a lot this year, but that will be coming out next year. So I have 2 more cross stitch projects. This one is a start and finish since my last video, and this is kind of the small that I wanted to do for October, and it's called Mason Jar Ghost, designed by Lola Cross Stitch. And I stitched mine on 14 count black Ada with the called for DMC, and I think I stitched this in like 2 days. It's only like 700 something stitches, so not too bad for a quick finish. I don't know how I'm gonna finish it quite yet, but I'll probably end up finishing it as an ornament so I can hang it on the Christmas tree. I know this isn't a Christmas themed design, but my Christmas tree has a lot of non-Christmassy things on it. Like I have like a taco truck and like bacon and eggs and like cutesy stuff like that. So I really love this, and I think it'll make a really cute ornament. So we are gonna decorate it so that it can go on the tree. But yeah, so I stitched on that. And then the last project I have is also like a new start, but it's also super small and quick to show. So when I went to Color and Cotton, I went with a bunch of friends, and Maddie from Kitty Stitch was one of those friends, and we both had this Mill Hill kit, tomato pincushion. And Maddie is super fast, so she's already done with hers. But we did start it together at the Color and Cotton Stitch Day that we went to. So this is what mine looks like. I did a center start and just did like some of the leaf and the top of the tomato. So I don't know when I'll pull this back out again, because this was not really like part of my big plans. But it should finish up pretty quickly just because it is a small little ornament. But it's so cute. I can't wait to put all the little beads on there. That's my favorite part of Mill Hill kits. But anyway, that's what that looks like. We will see if it ends up on my tree this year. That would be actually pretty nice. So stay tuned to find out. All right, that is all my cross stitch. Kind of wild. I'm gonna get into haul now. So I do have two pieces of haul that are non-Color and Cotton related, so I will do those first. Okay, so first, the same day that I bought that cute little Halloween fat quarter bundle from Joanne, I also found this frame. And look, you can see my weird setup in the reflection there, sort of. Anyway, this is going to be for Deadly Aquarium. So I did pull Deadly Aquarium out so that we could kind of look at it together. I'm just going to do like the corner of it to show, but essentially this is kind of what we're looking at. But I think that'll look really nice with this piece. So don't know when I'll actually frame it because I need to get some more framing materials. I am out of mat board to mount this on. So, but this is a 11 by 14 frame with a 8 by 10 mat. So I'll just take the mat out. And then this will fit in there really nicely. I think it'll be a little bit tighter of a margin on the sides, but I'm okay with that because it's still going to show a lot of the fabric, which is what I wanted to focus on because it's such a beautiful fabric that I stitched it on. But anyway, this also was on sale. So I think normally it was like $40 and I ended up paying like $10. So that was awesome. And then the other piece, oh, you know what? I also forgot that I have knitting to show you. So I'm going to show you this next piece of haul and then we'll jump back to knitting and then I'll do my Color and Cotton haul. How does that sound? Okay, so this haul is like kind of silly to show because I can't really show it because it's a yarn advent. So this came in the mail like last weekend and this is the Ruby and Roses 2024 Christmas advent. And it came in this adorable box and it's like tied together with a little ribbon and it has like the perforated little doors for all the yarn. So there's 24 20-gram skeins and then there's one 100-gram skein. But I'm so excited for this. I cannot wait. I intend to knit like an advent shawl with this yarn. So I've been on the lookout for patterns that I think I might want to do. But she did include this card that has like a list of all the names on there. And I haven't like really analyzed this, but I mean, it's kind of hard to just hide this. So anyway, I kind of sort of know what the names of the yarns are, but I have no idea like what the colors are because all the names are like not really obvious. Like it's not like, is there one? Yeah, I mean there's one called Cookie Artist. Like that could be like a gingerbread, but also like could be like a white one with speckles in it. So like they're not really, I don't think the names really give away what the color of the yarn is. But anyway, so there's that. Very excited. I didn't think it was going to be here until like mid-November and it, you know, it came mid-October. So that's awesome. But I can't open it until December the 1st. So anyway, let's go ahead and talk about the two knitting projects that I worked on because I totally forgot about those until just now. and then we'll return back to haul to do some, to talk color and cotton. Okay, so the first knitting project that I want to show you is my Musselburgh hat. And I have been, like, a fire has been lit within me to get this done because it is now fall. It is getting chilly outside, and I want to make sure that I can wear this hat all season. So this is what it's looking like. This little yellow, neon yellow stitch marker is where I was in my last video 3 weeks ago, and I've knit quite a bit. Like, I would guess that's probably like 8 inches. No, that might be maybe 7 inches. It looks like more than 6 inches to me, but anyway, quite a bit of work put in on this. So I'm past the halfway point. I am marking everything with these light bulb stitch markers. So this hot pink one is the like middle of my hat, and then I just put the light pink ones every 10 rounds. I basically, to find the middle, I just kept weighing my yarn with our food scale until this got to 55 grams. It was a 100 gram skein of yarn. However, my particular skein ended up being like 106 grams. So I should have like at least 5 grams left over. So we'll see. But anyway, that is what that's looking like. And I just really want to get it finished because I really want to wear it. Because Bobby, I finished his earlier this year, and sadly he couldn't wear it because it had gotten hot. But now that it's cold again, he's able to wear it, and I'm very jealous that he has a Musselburgh hat to wear, and mine's not ready yet. So we got to finish that ASAP. And next I'm going to show you my socks that I'm working on. So these are socks that I am knitting for my grandma for Christmas. And I'm pretty sure in the last video I had already finished one sock. And I started on the next sock because I had gone on a trip and knit most of it on the trip. And I think during that trip I got through the heel turn. So since then I have basically added all of this, which is the gusset. I've only done a couple rounds past the gusset decreases. So anyway, it's in the home stretch to finish these because all I have to do is just knit, and then I'll do the toe. But it's looking really good. It pulled similarly to the first sock because, like, it's not a self-striping sock, or it's not a self-striping yarn, but it definitely did stripe a little bit. And so the heel, like, had bits of solid, which isn't bothering me. I think it's really cool. So they just look a little bit different. This one has the light blue gray, and this one has the dark blue on the tip of the heel turn. But anyway, I think it looks really cool, and we'll see what this part, oh, I got confused with the camera, sorry. It'll be interesting because this part got really light kind of on the instep, I guess. And it's kind of doing that a little bit on this one right here. But anyway, so they're really cute. Loving how they're coming along. Hopefully I'll have that done soon. And then honestly, well, I'll probably cast on another pair of socks, just to have some knitting going. But, after my Musselburgh hat, the next like big knitting project that I will do will be the, shawl with my yarn advent. All right. So that is, you know, my detour for knitting. We're gonna continue haul and talk color and cotton. Okay, so as I've said multiple times now, I had the pleasure of going to the color and cotton store a couple of weekends ago. They had a stitch day on like October the 12th, and so my friend Maddie, Kitty Stitch, she drove up to my house and we drove to St. Louis together. And then meeting us there from Kentucky was Rachel from Lemonade Stitching and Amity and Aaron from the Hathaway Stitchers. And so the 5 of us met up at Color and Cotton like Friday afternoon and basically shopped until the store was closed. And then the little retreat day was Saturday. And it was only from like 9 to 3. So then we spent the rest of the day doing some things around St. Louis. So I'll talk about that in my, like, what I've been up to. But as far as the shopping goes, I actually ended up spending the most money out of the 5 of us, which is crazy to me because usually I'm the one that spends the least amount because I'm just very picky about, like, when I buy things and saving up for it and all that stuff. But I had been wanting to go to the Color and Cotton store for quite some time, and so I went in there with a plan and I stuck to it and I got some awesome things. So basically I went in there wanting to kit up like three or 4 things, and that's what I did. And then I also got a couple pieces of fabric that are not for anything in particular, and then some notions. So I'm gonna start with the fabric, and things are gonna be crinkly, so there's probably gonna be a lot of editing because for all of you people wearing headphones, I am not gonna kill your earbuds. I had to make sure that me taking this out of because it does have a sticker on the back and it has a tag, so I just had to make sure that the tag also says the same thing that the plastic does so I don't screw myself over later. But anyway, so this is all the fabric that I got. This first piece is a solo dye, which is just like a one-of-a-kind piece. But it's this beautiful, like, soft orchidy color. It is a 36 count linen, and I actually haven't opened this up at all yet because they've just been sitting in the wrapping. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. So yeah, this was pure vibes. I had no intention for what to stitch on this, but I loved the color and I was like, I need to have that. So yeah, it's definitely more modeled on this left side, but I think that's awesome because then I can pick and choose depending on whatever I end up stitching on. So yes, that is piece number 1. All right, this next piece is called Sparkle Pink, and it's also 36 count linen fat quarter. And it honestly kind of matches my shirt. This was also a pure vibes piece. This color really stuck out to me and I really wanted it, so I just snagged it up. But it's beautiful. It's very even modeling on this one, which is nice. It's nice to have options between, like, you know, severe modeling and modest modeling. But anyway, that is the second piece that I got. All right, this one is really a stash edition, and this is also a solo dye, and it's 36 count quarter yard. And it's a very, like, softly modeled white. I'm not even sure if you can really see much modeling on camera, but it's beautiful. It's going to be such a great option because, I don't know, some things just really need to go on white fabric, and I just don't want to stitch on white because it's boring. So it's nice to have something that's, like, very lightly modeled so that you are not just stitching on white, because I like to be fun, okay? All right, this one is another solo dye, and it is also a very light neutral. This one is definitely, like, more of a creamy color, but again, 36 count quarter cut. And I do have an intention for this one. I'm gonna stitch the Teresa Koget Just a Girl and Making Beautiful Things. I think I'm gonna stitch that on this one. So, but another beautiful fabric. So this one I'm intending to stitch Meow Block Party from Hands On Design. But this is what it looks like. It's a very soft, like, cool toned brown. And I think it's just so pretty. The color is called, one of y'all is going to correct me, Nidaria? I don't know. I'm sure that's like a flower or something. Or some sort of plant. But anyway, that is what that looks like. And again, it's a quarter yard. So those are my Color and Cotton fabric additions. 2 of them I have projects in mind, and the other 3 are just purely for fun based on vibes. All right, next up I'm going to show you the needle minders that I got. First up is this Color and Cotton needle minder. I'm going to take it out of the wrapping. So that's what that looks like. It's super cute. It's got little 5 skeins of floss on it, and then it says Color and Cotton, St. Louis, Missouri. Super cute. I love that. This was actually the last one that they had, and the other girls that I went with obviously also wanted one, so they were able to like kind of order them and get them sent to them, but I was the lucky duck that found the first one, so. And then they also sell Caterpillar cross-stitch needle minders, which is really awesome because I love Caterpillar cross-stitch needle minders. However, I don't love paying shipping from the UK. So I grabbed a couple that I have had my eye on for a while. This one is a cupcake, which is just so cute. And then I got this one, which is a little Dachshund in a party hat. Again, freaking adorable. We love him. So yeah, those are the needle minders I got. And then I did get a few more notions. So I got these little, I don't know what you call these like little magnetic ties that kind of help wrangle your fabric. I've never seen ones that have like, the like super short, like bungee cord part. So I got these. They came like in a pack of these 4, and then there were some spoolies. And then I also bought a multi-pack of these little floss rings. They have the little like screw, and they're like kind of like a cable, so they're a little bit more flexible than just like the binder rings. And I'm actually using them to organize my floss because since I kitted up stuff, I wanted to make sure I kept floss that was kitted together. So let's get into the floss. Okay, so first up, these are all, 3 of these I did not purchase. They were like given to us at the retreat. So these 3 right here were given to us at the retreat, and they don't have names. They're just called limited edition. But then I got these to add to my stash because whenever I was in the Color and Cotton Floss Club, I'm not in it anymore, but every time, that's what I use when I kind of pull my own conversions for like smalls and things. And I always have a hard time picking grays and yellows because I just don't have very many. So I picked up these to add to my stash, and I think they're gorgeous. So this one is called, let it focus, Banana. And then we have, hold on. This one's called, what does that say? Goldilocks. And then this one my friend Maddie also got, and I was like obsessed with it. This is called Glitter. Nickel. Valentine's Gray. And then this one is actually, I think, the floss of the month for like September, October, and it's called Lavender Gray. So anyway, those are all stash building flosses. There is some, okay, these are flosses that I'm not going to show because they're for a secret stitch, and people who are going to receive it watch my video. So we're going to hide that for now. But then I also, these flosses are going to be for the I'm Just a Girl. So there's actually only like 3 or 4 called for overdyed flosses in those charts, but I did want to choose an overdyed for the pink, I think the pink one is Molly, because hers is just a DMC for her dress, and I wanted to add some more interest, so I got this pink. So we'll be here forever if I go through everything, but we have Paving Stones, Land of Snow, Wishing Well, Holly, Tulle, and Merlot. So these are all going to be used for that I'm Just a Girl, making beautiful things. We love to see it. All right, and then this project is all these flosses are for the Meow Block Party, and I'm obsessed with how this came out. Look at how vibrant these colors are. It's amazing. When I pulled the call for that project, it's Weeks Dye Works, and even like, I mean, the call for obviously is like gorgeous, but like then like converting it to color and cotton, it just like is more like bam. And so I'm so excited. But this pink one is called Rosebud, Apple Crisp, Tangerine, Light Coral, Wimbledon, and it quite literally is the same color as a tennis ball. Duck Egg, Moonlight, Chimney Sweep, ooh. And then I got two of this one, Pink Quartz. There were two grays that were called for in that pattern that honestly looked really similar, so I just subbed the same color and cotton for both of them, and you needed 2 skeins of one of them anyway, so that is going to be for Meow Block Party. And that is all my color and cotton haul. So that ended up being like 5 pieces of fabric and like 28 skeins of floss. And then I got 3 needle minders and then a couple notions. So it really was color and cotton's very affordable. Like all of the fat quarters were like $28. And then each skein of their floss is like $2.90. So as far as like hand dyed cross stitch materials go, it's very well priced. And it's just such beautiful quality as well. So if you haven't tried color and cotton, I highly recommend it. It's nice to be in the floss club and the fabric club, but they have a great amount of product on their website that's just ready to be shipped. So you don't necessarily have to be in the club to get access to their materials. And then I'm pretty sure too, like if there was a particular project that you wanted kitted up in color and cotton, you could probably call the store and they would probably gladly help you to kit something up. But anyway, I had a great time at the store, and I will put more photos in when we get to what I did, and so I can talk about how the trip itself was. But the store is amazing. All right, so I'm gonna briefly talk about plans, which are kind of boring to be quite honest, because they're the same plans I've had for the past several months. But those 4 projects, I'm trying to get them done this year. So that's Positivity Lifts, I'm Just Ken, Tentmaker Smalls, and Reflections of New Orleans. 2 of those will be finished next month, and then the other 2 will be finished in December if everything goes to plan. And then I also, of course, have some other things kind of scheduled to stitch. So like I want to stitch on Halloween Quaker since it's October. November and December, I'm hoping to work on my Frosted Pumpkin Christmas wreath. And then I do have the Lizzie Kate Winter Smalls that I'm going to stitch in December. And then there's a Satsuma Street Christmas ornament that I would like to stitch next month. So those are kind of my loose plans. Well, they're not loose. They're actually pretty tight. But those are my intentions for the rest of the year, rather. And then I really want to get my 2 knitting projects done. The socks are really close. I want to be able to wear the hat. And I probably won't cast on any new knitting projects for a hot minute because there's a lot of actually crochet stuff that I want to work on. So last year I crocheted a Dotson for my mom for her birthday, and I was going to crochet another one for my sister for her birthday or Christmas. Her birthday's in November. I won't see her until Christmas, so I can always, give her birthday present when I see her in December. But whatever holiday it ends up being for, I want to crochet a Dotson for my sister. And then I also want to, last year I crocheted a Santa hat for Bobby. I really want to crochet a Santa hat for myself, but both of my parents have expressed interest in Santa hats, so I think I'm going to knit or crochet theirs first. And then if there's time, then I'll crochet myself one. Otherwise, I might just steal the one that I made for Bobby for some pictures for myself. But that's kind of my plans for like non-cross stitch stuff. I also still am working on my sister's t-shirt quilt. That is definitely not going to be finished before the holidays. But it would be nice to at least prep some more shirts. Right now I'm in the process of, kind of cutting the seams off of the shirts and ironing on some very lightweight interfacing. And then after that's done, I will actually like cut out the design and then create a layout and whatnot. But that is very slow going just because I have so many other craft projects that I have been prioritizing over that. So not a lot of work has been getting done, but it's okay because she's not like chomping at the bit for it or anything. All right, so I'm just gonna get into what I've been up to, and we'll talk about coloring cotton first because I've already been talking about it so much. But like I said, Maddie and I rode together to St. Louis and met Rachel, Amity, and Aaron at Color and Cotton, and we stitched we shopped like the whole afternoon that Friday. And then Saturday was the actual stitch day, and so it was from like 9 to 3, so we kind of slept in because we stayed up late the night before just hanging out at our Airbnb stitching. We went, we got our Starbucks, went to the event. The event was amazing. It was only like $55 for the day, and that also included breakfast and lunch, which was amazing. And then after that, we did pop by the store one more time because there were a couple things that people didn't buy on Friday that they wanted to buy on Saturday. So we did go back to the store, but it very much was a kind of get there, get what we wanted, and go back to the stitch day because it was such a short time for the actual stitch day. But after that was over, we all drove downtown to see the Gateway Arch. And I'll be putting up some photos while I'm talking about this. But it was so cool to see in person. Obviously, it's kind of like one of the big iconic American monuments, or I guess that's what it is. But anyway, so it's actually considered part of the National Park Service. So I was actually able to stamp my, did I talk about this already? Because I feel like I showed that in my last, I'm having deja vu, but I didn't show you guys my Color and Cotton haul. I don't know, I might be losing my mind. But anyway, oh no, I showed you my planner in my last video because I had gotten some new washi tape. Okay, that's what it is. I brought my planner with me to the arch because since it's part of the National Park Service, they have the National Park stamps. So I stamped my planner. Okay, I don't feel crazy anymore. Anyway, so that was really fun. There was a museum kind of underneath the arch that kind of talked about like westward expansion and also like how they built the arch and whatnot. We didn't really walk through the museum. We kind of just wanted to see the arch, go to the gift shop, and then go back to our side, the side of town we were staying on, to get dinner and go back to the Airbnb and stitch. But it was really cool. So we didn't actually go in the arch. We wouldn't have even been able to that day anyway because the tickets were sold out. But maybe one day when I'm not as rushed, I'll actually do that because it did look really cool. But while I was at the arch, I did get some little souvenirs. I got some stickers that I intend to put on my Yeti cooler. Probably just one of these. Probably this one down here that I'll put on there. And then I got a couple postcards because that's what I like to collect when I travel. Haven't done anything with all these postcards I've been collecting, but one day I will. And then I got this enamel pin. Is that focusing? Yes. And I'm gonna have Bobby help me get the pin off of the back so that I can turn it into a needle minder. But I just thought that was really cute. So yeah, anyway, so after we went to the arch, we ate at this Mexican restaurant that was really close to our Airbnb, and it was delicious. And then we went back to our Airbnb and we all got cleaned up and cozy and we stitched all night. It was great. It was so much fun to get to hang out with the four of them, and I would do it again in a heartbeat. It was only like it was a 6-hour drive, I think, to St. Louis from where I live. So it really wasn't that bad of a trip for a weekend. And yeah, it was a lot of fun. So, and I got to check off a big bucket list item of going to the Color and Cotton store. But yeah, so did that. That was, like I said, 2 weekends ago. Last weekend, Bobby and I kind of did some fall activities. So we went to this local orchard. They grow a variety of fruits, but they're mainly known for their apples. So we got some apples to eat and apples to make pie with. And then also nearby is a Jersey cow dairy farm. And they have like a bunch of outdoor activities like batting cages and goofy golf and corn maze, pumpkin patch, like all that sort of stuff. So we did that, and I actually got a hole in one on one hole, but I did beat Bobby in the end by 2 points. So what can I say? But that was really fun. And otherwise, I've just been chilling out and stitching and watching some spooky movies. I've been watching, let's see, I've seen Halloween Town, Hocus Pocus, Frankenweenie, and I think that might be it so far. I'm also rewatching Midnight Mass. It's a little less lighthearted. And I think I have like 2 episodes left of that. I have watched it before, so I know what's going to happen, but it is an insane show. If you haven't watched it and you are good with spooky things, like, it's a really good show. But yeah, so I have not watched Nightmare Before Christmas yet. Need to do that. And there might be a couple other spooky movies that I need to watch before Halloween is over, but that's kind of what I've been up to. Okay, I think that's gonna be it for me. It looks like I'm at 55 minutes. So, that's awesome, actually. I was kind of hoping that this video would be a little bit longer, because the last couple of videos I've posted have been like closer to 30 minutes. And although those are nicer to edit because it's a lot faster to edit those, the hour, I feel like the ones that are closer to an hour are just kind of more fun because there's, you know, you can set it on and then you don't have to pay attention for so long before you have to change to another video. But anyway, I appreciate you being here. I'm glad that you decided to catch up with me, and I will be back in, I feel like I keep looking to the side because it's very weird that I can't see my face without having to do this. But anyway, I will be back in 3 weeks, and I hope you have a wonderful weekend, a great Halloween, and I think that's about it. So I'll see you next time. Bye.